What's poppin', Siouxland? Welcome to sports. Even more sub-state finals taking place around the region for Iowa boys basketball, including a pair of Siouxland squads taking part in a win and in games in Sioux City and Boyden Hull and Western Christian. Comets have won all three playoff games by double digits, taking on a 23-1 Coon Rapids Bayard squad. Boyden Hull starts the fourth quarter on a 15-2 run, steal here by Carter Kleinwolterink, and he takes the distance for the layup. Later, Coon Rapids knocking. Ty Hendon tries to put back the shot, but he is denied by Jacob Pottebaum, and the Comets take over. And after a dominant fourth quarter, Boyden Hull gets their banner, beating Coon Rapids Bayard 54-40, and the Comets are heading to state.
We pride ourselves that we play in the best conference, and those games got us ready for this moment. We've played a ton of top teams in the state, and we might have 7 losses, but that doesn't prove how good a team we are. You know, every night we're coming down the stretch, playing good teams, and it showed down the stretch there.
In Class 2A, two-time defending state champ Western Christian looks to make the return. Trojans took home the Western Iowa Conference title this season. Into the first quarter, Grady Dessinger on the drive, slings it over to Taden Moret, who drops the three. My guy was in his bag. 27 points on the night for the sophomore. Later, 3-ball goes up. Colby Heemskirk swoops the rebound and threads it to Dessinger, who sends it to Moret on the drive-by to make it 18-9 Wolfpack. This was a blowout city from the beginning. Wolfpack takes the banner, winning 78-55. More scores from around the area. Class 1A Sub-State 1, Final North Union 42, MMCRU 56. Royals are headed to state under the MCR umbrella for the first time in program history. Class 2A Sub-State 1, Finals Southeast Valley only scored 48. Wheaton Christian scored 65. Knights take a 21-2 record on to Des Moines next week. Stay tuned for the release of the state basketball bracket starting on March 9th. And the final day of the South Dakota High School Wrestling State Tournament is in the books. Out in Sioux Falls with individual and team titles on the line, especially for our lone local title contender out of Vermilion, now just one win away from a championship. Down to just one Siouxlander in title contention, Vermilion freshman Blair Merkwan in the girls 170 bracket as the number 5 seed battling Laney Gebert of Lemon. This one, a low-scoring battle, 0-0 after the first period. Into the second, Merkman comes out with that escape that you saw before, and that would be the difference maker. Merkwan would win the match 1-0 to secure the state championship. Vermilion places 23rd in team scores. Now, it's quite the senior day for South Dakota men's basketball. Coyotes back at home against interstate rival South Dakota State, with USD hoping to secure the program's first regular season sweep since the 96-97 season. Now, Coyotes would need a win and St. Thomas victory over Omaha to take the number 4 seed in the Summit League tournament. Jackrabbits led by as much as 17, but the Coyotes aren't going away. Jordan Crawford hits the 3 from the top of the key, putting the Yotes up 54-51, 3 of his 17 points. Moments later, South Dakota works it inside. Cameron Finns and the big man muscles up for the 2 of his 17. Yotes go up by 4. Coyotes come up clutch, pulling off the 75-70 victory over the Jackrabbits. Now, same matchup on the women's side, this time in Brookings. Coyotes trailing early. Jenna Hopp hoping to jumpstart USD with a 3-ball, one of 3 triples from the Coyotes. Jackrabbits remain in front and continue adding on to the lead. Brooklyn Meyer drops in the hook shot with West Lyon alum erupts for 33 points. Jackrabbits pull away with the 82-49 win. Coyotes enter Summit League tourney playing as the number 3 seed. Now, closer to home, 3 of our local GPAC basketball squads remain in the hunt for the conference tournament title, entering the Saturday semifinal slate, including GPAC regular season champ Morningside hosting the Concordia Bulldogs. Mustangs yet to lose at home this season. Concordia Brooks Kissinger is 3rd in the conference at 21.9 points per game. Bulldogs up by 5 in the first half. Kissinger right on cue with the up and under, and he'd lead the scores with 33 points. Concordia in front 30-23. Stangs with a strong answer. Caleb Dreckman drives the scores to the contact. One of 5 inside players in the double. Now, Alex Wilcoxon there on the pickpocket, and he takes this one for 2. Bulldogs bite back and pull off the upset on the road, defeating Morningside 92-87. Elsewhere in the region, Other side of the men's bracket, Northwestern takes down Mount Marty 78-71. And with that, the Red Raiders will host Concordia on Tuesday in the GPAC championship game. Women's side, Dordt advances past Concordia 71-65, and the Defenders will host Dakota Wesleyan on Tuesday night for their title. Also, Western Iowa Tech men's basketball team taking part in the program's first ever playoff game, visiting Des Moines area CC in the first round. DMAC gets the best of the Comets 81-56. Comets in the year at 11-20 overall. And finally, Sioux City native Jackie Kalin's jersey had her UNI jersey retired ahead of today's Panthers game against UIC. Former Sioux City North standout, played for Northern Iowa from 2007 through 2013, earning 2 MVC Player of the Year honors. Kalin, who was inducted into the UNI Hall of Fame in 2017, closed out her Panthers career as the program's all-time leader, scoring with 2,081 points. And that will do it for sports.
I like that. That was a lot of sports. That was like a mini sports zone.
I'm out of breath, man. I gotta use some water. I need some Gatorade dumped in me, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, we'll do that after the game. After the show. We'll do that. All right. Thanks so much, Alex.
What's poppin', Siouxland? Welcome to sports and happy Sunday. It's the first day of March, which means it's time to lock in on some college hoops, starting with the Creighton women's team on the road at Xavier. Blue Jays looking to get above 500 with a win. Rockety moved around here, ending up with Nora Gesert. She drains the 3 to extend their lead 18-14. Later, Xavier now with the lead. Kendall McGee locking down the attack and takes it the other way, finishing with the bucket to cut into the deficit. This one came down to the final seconds, though. Clock winding down. Kennedy Townsend with the go-ahead 3. She makes it. Blue Jays take the road win 73-71. Next up, Iowa State women trying to end a 2-game skid on the road at Kansas State. First quarter inside to Audie Crooks. Bucket in the foul, 13 for Audie in the first half, but ISU down 6. Third quarter comes the Clones. Crooks again down low. ISU now leads 46-45. Just keep getting the ball to Audie. Good idea. Another and one. Iowa State up 3 after 3. And fourth quarter running the floor. Crooks with 41 points on 16 of 19 shooting to go along with 13 rebounds. Lead is 10. Cyclones take full control and take the dub 93-79. Lastly, the number 9 Hawkeyes visit Wisconsin. First quarter inside, the Ava Hayden 16 points for the sophomore, 33-29 Iowa at the half. Third quarter, the threes start raining down. Chit Chat Wright lead up to 10. Then it's Chit Chat again, really chatty out here. Another 3. She's going to score 14 on the day, 51-33 Hawkeyes. More from deep. Addie Deal, the freshman, she's going to launch it from the wing, and she brings the lead up to 21. Hawkeyes win big in Wisconsin, 81-52. Now on to the pool. We dive into some exciting news for one familiar face we actually recently had on Champions Chat. Sioux City Metro swimming standout Natalie Petit announced her commitment to swim for the Division I Arkansas Razorbacks per her social media earlier this week. Petit claimed a pair of IGHSAU swimming state championships this year, securing the 200-yard freestyle and 500-yard free crowns. So from the Sports Zone team here, good luck, Natalie, on this next chapter, and go show them what Siouxland is made of. Now, last but not least, it's the most fun segment on Sunday Sports, our top 5 plays of the week. Busy week in Siouxland basketball, lots of great plays like play number 5, Saturday. It's Boynton Hole and Coon Rapids in the playoffs. Rapids trying to put back the shot, but he is denied by Jacob Pottebaum there. The Comets take over. On to number 4, it's Western Christian on Tuesday. Taden Moret in transition with the rock, and he sends a slick over-the-shoulder pass to Preston Looters for the quick bucket. Number 3, we are back to the Boyden game, this time still here by Carter Kleinwolferink, and he takes it the distance for the layup and looks to take some damage, but it doesn't matter. He finishes with 19 points. Number 2, Morningside, Alex Wilcoxon picking the pocket and taking this one all the way back for 2 points. But our number 1 play goes back to Western Christian. Drive and pass goes rogue here. Colby Heemskirk, though, dives, hucks it back into play. Ball is recovered by the Wolfpack. Taden Moret finishes the job with the bucket there. That will do it for our top 5 plays. And for sports, we'll be right back after the break. What is poppin', and welcome to Sports. Siouxland remains in search of its first semifinalist headed into day 2 of the state tournament in Des Moines, featuring a few local teams taking part in action tonight. KC9 Sports Director Anthony Mitchell has more from the Casey Center.
Hello, Alexander, from the Casey Center. It's day 2 of the IGH SAU Basketball State Tournament. A big day for Northwest Iowa. 4 local teams looking to advance their title hopes one step closer, including the top-ranked team in Class 4A, Bishop Heelan, undefeated, headed into state for the first time in program history, taking on the Comets of North Polk. Bishop Heelan looking to advance one step closer to the title, battling a Comet squad that ended last season as 4A state runner-up. Heelan leads by 3 in the first. Trishelle Miller on the full court pass to Colby Carroll. Transition 2 helps the Crusaders go out to a 17-14 lead after 1. Crusaders charging up in the second. Loose ball lands with Melina Snoozy. Junior knocks down the 3, part of a 17-point first half. Crusaders go up 10 at the break. Comets putting up a fight, but Heelan handles business. Snoozy cashes in on the second chance score before the buzzer. Crusaders junior pops off for a Class 4A state game record 39 points to go with 12 rebounds. Bishop Heelan advances to the 4A semis with an 81-56 win.
I had no idea. I didn't even know how many points I had, really. The only times that I look up at the scoreboard is to make sure that we're winning by enough. So, yeah, that was a nice surprise.
You know, they were hungry. Last year was a little disappointing for us, and you know, you could see it in their eyes all year. They just wanted it bad, and they're playing for each other, and they're playing with each other. They're sharing the ball, they're sharing the wealth, and kind of enjoying each other. So it's a great thing to watch.
Heelan will face the winner of number 4 Clear Creek Amana and number 5 Carlisle on Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Later tonight, Hinton battles West Lyon in the 2A bracket at 6:45 p.m., while Emmitsburg takes on Denver in the nightcap. Stay tuned for an exciting night of high school hoops. Reporting from the Casey Center, Anthony Mitchell, KCAU 9 Sports.
All right, thanks, Anthony. Postseason hoops also taking place closer to home tonight with a pair of GPAC championship games set to tip off in Sioux County as Dordt women's and Northwestern men's teams are playing for a title. Dordt women will host Dakota Wesleyan in the GPAC championship, with the last 6 meetings decided by 10 or fewer points. Defenders won both regular season meetings this year by a combined 12 points. And on the men's side, Northwestern comes onto the night on a 12-game win streak and sits 1 victory away from the program's first GPAC tournament title since 2021. They'll host a Concordia team that beat them twice in the regular season. Both games tip off tonight at 7. We'll have the highlights here at 10 on KCAU 9 Sports.
9 Sports.
Well, it's Pop to welcome back to sports. The Class 2A bracket at the Iowa High School Girls Basketball State Tournament boasts 5 Siouxland teams, including a pair facing each other as defending state champ Hinton battles West Lyon in the quarterfinals. West Lyon is responsible for Hinton's lone loss on the year. Hinton has not lost since that December 4th game. Wildcats rolling to start. It's Caitlin connection. Caitlin Brennershot finds Caitlin Turwey. That's 3. West Lyon leads 10-8 after 1. Blackhawks battle back. Sydney Doshot finds Carolyn Corvana for the layup. Ensuing play, Doshot on the steal and goes coast to coast. Hinton outscores West Lyon 18-6 in the frame to go up 10 at half. West Lyon comes all the way back. Brinshire stepping up big time. Senior drains the mid-range jumper. Wildcats up with 3 minutes left, but Hinton continued to respond. Keely DeRoshi drives and delivers the tough bucket. Blackhawks win a nail-biter, 46-45.
I feel like last year, definitely at state, we had some close ones. We had a close one for the regional final game, and we've had a few close ones throughout the year. So I feel like just that experience from last year at state, we're able to kind of ease the nerves and be like, okay, we've been here before, and we know we can win.
It means a lot. You know, this wasn't expected, like I said. So just to come out here and represent Little West Lyon means also a lot to all of us.
West Lyon ends the season at 17-8. Hinton moves on to the state semis on Friday at 10 a.m. Blackhawks will face either the Denver Cyclones or the Emmitsburg Ehawks, who are at state for the first time since 1999. Ehawks up by 5 in the second quarter. Denver working, but Emmitsburg comes up with the steal. Rachel Shawnee starts the break and is rewarded with the bucket. Make it 16-9 Ehawks. Now, loose ball, Emmitsburg recovers it. Kick out to Shawnee at the top of the key. 3, well, eventually, is good. Northwestern commit leads the charge with 16 points and 7 rebounds. Denver gets the last laugh, though, 45-42. Ehawks end the year at 23-3. Now, Crusaders enter the state tournament undefeated for the first time ever, battling a Comet squad that ended last season as the 4A state runner-up. Heelan leads by 3 in the first. Trishelle Miller on the full court pass to Carol Colby. Colby Carroll, transition 2 helps the Crusaders go up 17-14. Crusaders charging up the second. Loose ball lands with Melina Snoozy. Junior knocks down the 3, part of a 4A state single game record 39 points. Bishop Heelan advances to the 4A semis with an 81-56 win.
I had no idea. I didn't even know how many points I had, really. The only times that I look up at the scoreboard is to make sure that we're winning by enough. So, yeah, that was a nice surprise.
Crusaders will battle Carlisle in Thursday's quarterfinals at 6:45 p.m. Now, playoff action officially tips off for South Dakota boys with the first round of the Class A Region 4 bracket. Dakota Valley Panthers earn a home game to kick off the postseason, hosting Beresford. Dakota Valley looks to take down Beresford for the second time this season. Second quarter, Panthers up 2. Shot clock winding down for DV. Aaron Bruns throws it up, hits nothing but nylon. 4-3 to the Panthers. Little cushion. Later on, Watchdog looking to pull closer. Hayden Schilling drives into the paint, then dishes it to Trey Kurtenbach for the lay-in. Dakota Valley answers right back as Tom Sorensen drives and baseline, squeezes through 3 defenders, and makes the difficult reverse for 2. DV wins this one, 62-57, and they'll advance to the region semifinals and will visit number 1 Sioux Falls Christian on Friday. Playoff action in all 3 states. Nebraska boys basketball state tournament field filling out as a few local teams took part in district final action tonight. D2-7 district final, why not, beats Bancroft Rosalie 70-49. In the C2 district final, Bergen Catholic 59-44 over Crofton. Now the NSAA boys basketball state tournament begins on Wednesday, March 11th in Lincoln. Now an exciting GPAC basketball season comes down to the conference tournament championship game, with both taking place in Sioux County, starting with defending champ Dordt hosting the Tigers of Dakota Wesleyan. Defenders and Tigers dueling for the trophy. Last 6 meetings all have been decided by 10 points or fewer. Jump to the second quarter, Gracie Schoenhoven with the mid-range jumper for 3 of her 35 points of the night to keep this one close. Tigers still up 20-25. Later, drive by Macy Severs shut down, but she finds Schoenhoven again outside the arc, this time 4-3. She cashes that one in, but the Tigers just kept their foot on the gas. Avery Broughton here shooting from way downtown. She sinks it. Dordt was unable to catch up after a 4-point deficit at half. Dakota Wesleyan completes the upset to win the GPAC title 84-76. Now Northwestern men in search of its first GPAC tournament title since 2021, hosting the Concordia squad that got the best of the Red Raiders twice in the regular season. Second half, this one already out of hand for the Bulldogs. Raiders moving the rock around, get it down under to Kason Bailey, who shoves it in for 2. Northwestern up 91-52. Later, nice ball movement again, this time ending up with Jalen Langsley, who gets caught in traffic. He slides up for a nasty little layup there. That's 2 of his 30 on the night. The Bulldogs were trying their best to keep up. In transition, Zach Koulis pulls up for the tray ball, and he deposits. Koulis would finish with 20, but the separation was too big. Raiders run away with the GPAC title, beating the Bulldogs 102-72. That will do it for sports. We'll see you guys after the break.